Hey guys, in today's episode we're going to get to grips with our grapevines. Now, we put these grapevines in the ground last year and they were just little twigs like that, but now we need to deal with them because look what's happened over the last year. So in this episode we're going to espalier these grapevines. Right, so what we need to do that, we need to put a structure in the tunnel. I've already put our first support in, okay, and off that we're going to run some eyes and some string. So we need to now put another support in here, and I think we're probably going to go round about the middle here. Just going to dig a hole here now and get this post in as far as we can. We just got a spade. Okay. I think we'll use this one if I can get him down enough. What we're going to do now is fill this hole back in. I'm not worried about the post rotting because there's quite a lot of gravel in here, and if it does we can just replace it with a couple of screws. Right, on to the next, and then I'll show you what we need to do from there. So this is what I've got here. I've got some of these adjustable buckles so that we can tighten up the wire. We've got some galvanized coated wire. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. Got some eyes. Now this is all stuff I've had sat here for a long time, and we've got some hooks. I would have liked these to be much bigger. I'm not sure how much pressure we're going to be able to put on these, but we'll try. If not, we'll replace those with some bigger ones, but I'm hoping they'll do the job and be able to put a bit of tension in the wire. We need a drill and obviously our drill driver. So that's what we need. We're now going to get some of these wires sorted out. Right, I've come up this end now guys, and I've decided that these just aren't going to be strong enough for that sort of sideways pull, okay? They're not thick enough and they're not long enough. However, what I am going to do, we've spoken about the buckles already, but I've got a coach bolt here and it just fits through that hole but don't come off the head, which will mean I can just wind it in, I can leave it out as much as the eyes, and this can just literally sit on there and pull against that. So that's what we're going to utilize. So there we have it, guys. The 3 buckles are on, and that will hold them quite secure. So now it's time to run some wires. Okay guys, so what I've done here, I've pulled the wire through the middle one just to make life easier on myself, and it's just a case of making sure we've got enough, feeding it through, and we're going to bend this around on itself. Which will lock it. And then we just cut that end off so it doesn't get in our way. And we use the pliers just to straighten that whole thing up. There we are. So now we can give some tension on that now. We now need to go to the other end, and I'll show you how we do it up there. Okay, so we cut that, chuck that down there. Gonna feed it through here, and we're gonna do exactly the same thing. Just pull this out to the edge. Only this time we are trying to get as tight as possible to start with. So this time we need to hold this from turning with the pliers, and then we can keep that nice and tight like that. Look guys, I'm sorry if I'm in your way in the camera, but five or six turns will be enough, and get that up as high as can. Cut that off. Okay, so all we're going to do now is tighten it up. I'm just going to move some branches down by here, and now all we need to do now is turn this buckle, find the right way, which will take all that slack out of this line. And there was a fair bit of slack in it because I went around the grapevine, but just keep tightening it up, it will come. Nearly there. I think that's enough. So there you go guys, the first one is in right the way up, look. So we'll just repeat that now, and then we'll come on to the next stage. So it turns out that this one, the second one, was just a bit short. So I've only got 2 rolls, which means if I do the third one, I'm still going to be short. So what I'm going to do is join 2 of these wires together. Now, how you do this, you run your 2 pieces of wire together. I'm just going to hold them together with the pliers just to show you here. And it's literally just wrap them around nice and tight. If you can get the coils together, all the better. If you can't, don't worry about it. Okay, so that's that side done. We're now going to come across to the coil. We're going to hold the coil there, and we're going to wrap this one this way. There we are. Just trim those now. And then flatten this up. And there you have it, guys. We've now got 2 wires, and that will take all of the pressure that we need to put onto it, and we can continue now with cutting. Right folks, for the next part of this job, what we need to do now is get to grips with what we got going on here. Now I have quite a nice vine here, but with buds, and it will reach right to the end, but it's not coming off the main vine. Okay, so ideally we want to strap things off on the main vine. The problem we have is this died back there, so what we're going to do is cut this back to this bud here. All right, and then that's going to become our cross member there. Now I have this tool, and I don't know if some of you have seen one of these before. You would normally do this job with a bit of string or cable ties or whatever you want, but this does make life a lot easier. Literally go around the branch, cut it off, and it literally tapes things. So what I want to do now, I want to literally trellis this along here. Okay, like that, so it's much tighter. Sorry, it took me a little while to get the plastic running right on the thing. So that's nice and tight there now. Now we've got a couple of options. I'm going to take this one out altogether, and what we're going to do is make a hardwood cutting out of him, and see if we can grow another one. I am liking this one, however it's gone right up there. Now I don't need it that long, so what we're going to do again is cut that, and again this will make some new grapevines, so we'll put that down there for the moment, and we'll get that sorted out in a bit. Right, ideally this should have been done last year. What I'm going to do a second is just tie this up to that. Okay, so now I've got to try and wangle this one down and back around somehow without breaking it. Cut the things it's holding on. There we are. Right, there we go, guys. And this could work out quite perfect for us. So what we're going to do now, we're going to tape it there. Right along. We got asked on the Facebook group about pruning grapes. Now these are the laterals, okay, off the main stem. These laterals are what will produce your grapes, okay. Now we want to cut back to 1, possibly 2 buds, so I'm going to take it back to that. Sorry, take it back to that and take it back to that. The reason being is we've got a bud here and a bud here, a bud here and a bud here, and the same thing right the way down. So I'm just going to spin this around so it's up the right way. I'm going to try and do this without breaking it. Okay. Oh, you bugger. Okay guys, so I've snapped it. That's okay. We'll cut him back to this one. I had a feeling I might because of the... it's so stiff. We'll make a cutting out of that one as well. Right. Okay, so this is going to be our new lateral. There we go. And this bud will continue to grow across now until we decide to end it. Right, let's try that again. There we are, that's better. It helps if you've got staples. Okay, so this one here, now I need to bring from around here. See if I can do it without breaking it. Right, okay. I don't quite know what I'm going to do with that one yet. But what I do know is I've got to bring the vine around there. Okay, this one now. Along that one. This one needs to come off. Again, we will make cuttings out of those. I'm going to bring this one down onto there. That can go up there. I think we're going to get rid of that one. Don't know if you can see it. Right. I'm going to give you a closer in. You can see here, look. Yeah, look how far away that is from the wire. But it's because this is so high. But what it's going to allow us to do, look, is to start bringing it in. All right, so that's what we're going to do next. It's a bit awkward for you to see everything, I know, guys, I'm sorry. But, okay, so... okay, so that's good. We've got all that tied down. The next thing we need to do now is this slot here, guys. All right, all that stuff up there. We're gonna, off the main vine, we're gonna cut everything back to 1 to 2 buds, and then that main vine is gonna be taken across the top of this beam here. Now for that, we will have to tie it. I'm gonna put it back here and you can just see what we're doing. Now, this will give you an idea of the framework now that we've just created. Look, so we've got some espaliers off here. Now, bearing in mind, this is a first year grape, so it's not a major issue. We need the secateurs. Sometimes you have to be brutal. I'm going to cut everything back to 2 buds, guys. That's going to be my main one, so that's that. There. There. Take off these things. Right. So we've taken off quite a lot of this grape. So our next step now is to pull this down and around here without breaking it. because it is brittle at the moment. So I think what we'll do is get some ties for that, some string. I can't find any string, so what I'm going to do is use pieces of this, which is the tape out of the machine. And okay, I'm going to just tie it down to here. And I know that's not going to damage it, so we'll trim it off later. Okay folks, so let's see if I can get you up so you can see. It's just a case of that, look, right around, okay, prune any laterals back to 2 buds. I've got another piece down here which I've got to deal with, which I'm going to cut off, and that's that. Don't forget, for 3 years guys, you're just sort of building the framework, okay? We're not going to get any grapes on it this year, but at least the framework's now in place, and we'll continue with the rest of it as we go. Well, that's it for this episode guys. Don't be afraid to cut back the grapes to 1 to 2 buds. It gives you 100% redundancy. Incidentally, I'd love to know what you guys are growing, what grapes you're growing. As you can hear, it's raining in the UK at the moment, but we have members all over the world, so I'd really love to know. So put your answers down in the description below and let me know what grape varieties you're growing. We've got 2 here. We've got a black and a white, and the black one is Vitis Glenora, and I'm unsure what the white one is. I don't want to walk up there at the moment while we're on the video, but again, like I said, put your answers in the description below. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, because you'll be notified then of any future videos that we make, and we'd really appreciate it if you like this video. Give us a thumbs up guys, because that goes a long way to making us know that we are on the right track of videos for you guys. Anyway, that's it for myself. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.